Do you guys remember Beyblade? Do you remember watching Beyblade? Do you remember playing Beyblade? Do you even know what Beyblade is at all? Beyblade was a show in my area that was popular from 2004 to 2006, mainly among elementary school kids. Middle school, we thought it was dumb. But during elementary school, they had us. They had us. That amazing theme song, the animated character designs, and the cool tops that you could buy at your store and customize. And it was spinning tops that you customized, and you battle each other inside this bowl-like dome. These cool bay launchers, so you just rub like this or that. And as time grew on, they would advance and change, like playing dual monsters with Yu-Gi-Oh! It was even to a point of time that some kids in my school were saying that Beyblade was better than Dragon Ball Z, saying, what's so cool about guys shooting lasers and yelling all the time compared to spinning tops? Elementary kids said that crap. I'm like, yo, I like this as much as that guy. I'm not saying it's better than DBZ. No way. No freaking way. That is impossible. And I was right. Kids in the other neighborhood I grew up from were like, there's no way. They didn't even know what Beyblade is. But they all knew Dragon Ball Z. Even the adults knew Dragon Ball Z. They're all wearing t-shirts and stuff like that and collecting cards of Dragon Ball Z. Even I was doing that. But not everyone was doing Beyblade. Only certain areas were doing Beyblade, which I found out as I got older. And it was to the point where my stepdad, who would sit down and watch cartoons with us sometimes, and even he was like, this makes no sense. This is a dude who was old, but he understood Dragon Ball Z because he watched it when it first came over here. He knew and understand Pokemon. He even knew and understand Yu-Gi-Oh! But when it came to Beyblade, he says, this makes no sense whatsoever. It's not just because of spinning tops, but how extreme serious the show took it. You know, evil organizations and everyone coming to a huge dome just to watch two kids spinning tops that you can barely see, and then the magical giant creatures that will come out of it, and to the point that some dude was trying to take out some other dude by using his Beyblade, by slicing him up as they were battling. And then there's the one where someone uses a firing hyper blast that put an entire hole into the stadium, and everyone had to clear out of it. That made no sense. It was over the top, and as kids, we liked it. It was dumb. I mean, they were just doing some Dragon Ball Z with the Beyblades. Like the point they were just both passed out and damaged and bruised. Like, this is spinning tops, right? This is spinning tops. It was just ridiculous. I guess they were trying to compete with the other brand marketing animes at the time, and there was a whole bunch of them back in the day, and you can't even name them all. So when that series of Beyblade ended, others came to pass, but I never bothered watching them because they looked lame, they looked uncool. The one I think was Burst, and it was kind of lame, the unicorn, and then there was the other one, and it's like, nothing will beat the Bit Beast and the Dragoon, the Trigger, and stuff, or the Drasil, or even the Lightning Tiger and stuff. Nothing will beat those guys. So for the longest time, no one really talked about Beyblade here in America. Beyblade was probably still hot within the kids in Japan, but not here in America. Until the latest one came out, Beyblade X. Beyblade X was said to bring Beyblade back to a very basic and simple form, where instead of being the over-the-top and craziness that they've been doing throughout the other shows, where to the point where the show became ridiculous and people who dropped it, they decided to go back to something more simple, but yet grounded when it comes to being a Beyblader and stuff. Not only that, they really heavily advertised this, even to the point they got One OK Rock, one of my favorite Japanese bands of all time, to sing the opening with their new song called Prove. And I gotta say, it's a freaking banger. And that's not even the end of it. They even got the artists from The Promised Neverland, a very loved manga, but hated anime for the rush of season 2, ugh, to do the artwork for Beyblade. They're even writing on the manga as we speak. So as the anime airs, the manga airs as well, with kind of different divergence from plot lines, but both are very, very good. So this one is about a bunch of Beybladers wanting to become pros and to make it to the top of a tower called Tower X. That's why it's called Beyblade X. However, there's a boy named Bird who never won a Beyblade battle in his entire life. He sucks. I mean, he really sucks. Until he meets a boy named X that calls themselves Common X. And Common X wants to build a team to climb the tower. He chooses Bird because he wants to show that he can do anything with the power of possibility and stuff. And Bird decides to join to become a pro. So throughout their adventures, they go meet new friends and foes. Even picked up a third team member named Multi, a very famous celebrity who does different personas and is a big, big genius and probably a very rich girl with way too much time on her hands, but not wasting that time while doing all kinds of crazy stuff. The three made Team Persona X, and they're planning to climb the tower and become pros of the Beyblade industry. I gotta say, it's simple and it's good. The Beyblades are back with simple designs, but yet cool looking builds, and even awesome monsters and interesting characters. Some of the characters still over the top, but not to the point where it's just outside crazy. It's not. It really isn't. So you have that. And you also have some interesting get-go. Bird is probably the most uninteresting main character from a standpoint when it comes to what they want to do with him. To now, they're on episode 31 right now in the anime, and this guy is yet to win a battle. Yet he's in the pros. Imagine being some dude who's doing his best, who has more wins and losses, and still wants to become a pro, but he can't for some reason. You see this dude who never wins whatsoever. They're what you call a jokester when it comes to these kind of competitions. Someone who's not good at it, but they're so entertaining to the point that people just let them stay around and just be part of the tournaments and competitions as a joke character. I guess that's what Bird is. Now you also have a dude who describes himself as Common X, who's actually a guy named Ixku, who's actually once stand at the top of the tower with two other people. However, he got bored at standing at the top of the tower and believed that his teammates have lost the true drive of what it means to love the sport. So he decided to drop all the way down to the tower and start from zero and see if he can work his way up. See if he can truly find his way to love the sport all over again. And Multi is a girl with her own hidden agendas, but at the same time is the genius, the one that explains everything, and she does different blades, and she even creates blades for her own teammates and other people as well. She's the girl who can pretty much do anything, but she keeps herself busy so she won't fall into the insanity of being bored. Is that interesting concept? And this anime kicked off hugely in Japan to the point it got people, not just kids, but other people back to Beyblading again. In fact, I was at Walmart, and I see Beyblade toys again. I see Beyblade toys again. I haven't seen Beyblade toys even when they did remodeling in the stores in my area. I haven't seen Beyblade toys, but now I'm seeing them, and they're being bought. People are getting back to Beyblade again. The kids are, anyways. So this show has did its job. Is this story interesting? Well, yes. You see these three kids making their way up. There's no evil organization. There's no crazy chaos. There's no blasts, or they show holographic beasts every now and then, but that's it. They don't do anything else crazy over the top. They're keeping it very basic to ground, but yet it shines through its characters more than anything, and their strive to become number one. Even have some bad guys and show the reason why they are the way they are and why they have to do what they do. They can't do this for fun. Their livelihoods are on the line, so they do what they must in order to survive in this harsh competition, despite it's supposed to be fun. And of course, you have others who are just doing it because they're just geniuses, naturals at it and stuff. It's very good, and there's some life lessons to be learned. So, yes, I say you have to watch this anime. You have to watch it if you were a former Beyblade. If you like 1OK Rock, you love the artist from The Promised Neverland, and you were once a former Beyblade fan, you have to watch this because this gave a breath of fresh air in Beyblade. The point that I'm watching this every time it comes out every week. You know, right next to Ninja Law. But yeah, this is definitely a must watch in my opinion, especially if you're a former fan of Beyblade. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Macron on Anime. Signing out.